Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Slay and Shade remix edition. If you are not familiar with the Slay and Shades, I do a mediocre-ish eye look while discussing my personal opinions on other YouTubers, mostly in the beauty community and sometimes brands. Usually the look will start out okay, and then by the end of it, I will have ruined it. This remix version is because I already did a Slay and Shade on Tati Westbrook quite a few months ago, way before the whole Bye Sister video came out. So I've noticed some pretty interesting behavior from her lately, so I thought I would go ahead and do another. Oh, this shirt has like skulls with like little candles in them. Anyway, I would do another Slay and Shade on her. And these are just my personal opinions. I don't hate anybody except for Ivan Moody from the bands Moto Grader, Ghost Machine, and Five Finger Death Punch. And I'll tell you guys what I did to my face so far, and I am going to be using the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette today. So far, I went in with the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear. This has been my favorite drugstore foundation probably ever. This is up there with like the Physicians Formula Healthy Skin one, although I am a little tan, so that is a little light on me. I just absolutely love this foundation. It is an everyday foundation for me. I also tightlined with, you guessed it, Maybelline Skinny Precise. And I do have a few different options for lips. And I did purchase this little eyeliner, like sharpener thingy from Rite Aid. I think it was like $1.99. And it works so well because if you remember when the very first time I tried this Maybelline Tattoo Studio gel pencil liner, it broke as soon as it touched my waterline. So I did sharpen this one because I actually really like it on my waterline now. I just have to be very gentle with it, but it does last a long time, so I'll be using this. And I'm going to put some powder on, and we're just going to get into it. I'm going to start with, the powder I'm using is the Derma Blend. I'm going to start with the whole, I have a new mirror, and it doesn't adjust quite that well to where I am sitting, so I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to use this. I'll just have to use the mirror and the palette. Anyway, so I'm gonna start from her Bye Sister video up until now. Like I said, these are just my opinions. Feel free to leave yours down below. So in the Bye, oh, I got powder like right in my eyeball. So the Bye Sister video came out a few days after James Charles had promoted Sugar Bear Hair, which is a company of vitamins that is in direct competition, the biggest competition, with Tati's own brand Halo Beauty. He did a little sponsored post promoting their vitamins, although he didn't really use them very often. He went on to say that they had really great security, and I guess in exchange for him being able to be there in their like little area, he was going to do like an IG story. Now in Tati's video, she goes on to say that there's no way that this was sort of like a last minute thing because these brands that are there, it costs them thousands of dollars to have like these VIP like guest pass type things. But from the messages we saw from Nikita, she's getting her own Slay and Shade, and James, we knew that it actually did in fact occur the way that he said, where he didn't really have a lot of security. And I mean, that's up for you to decide. It's very easy to manipulate and put in different order messages and things like that, but they appear to be the same as Nikita's, where he's like, hey, do you think that you can, you know, get me in there or something, because I'm having a lot of issues where I'm at right now. Oh, and I'm gonna go into morning and maybe Morgan, and I definitely want to do Day Spring. I have not used this shade yet, so I'm really, really excited about it. So it appeared that in this video that Tati was doing, she really needed to sell us that this was not just about him doing a deal with Sugar Bear Hair, that this was much deeper, and these feelings she had towards him and his behavior that she didn't like, and accused him of being predatory, that this stuff had been going on for quite some time. And I believe that she exaggerated a lot of this stuff. I think that she kind of took some things out of context just to make it so she could be like, so he's a really bad person. This isn't about vitamins. But in that video, she talks about this behavior, which we all were like, wow, she really got us. We all believed her because it's Tati and she's like the sweetheart princess of YouTube and she's never really in drama. So this must be serious. This must all be true. And the way she describes his behavior is predatory and quite despicable. But it left me feeling like, why wouldn't you say something about this behavior way sooner? You know, I really just didn't understand that. Because if you're having somebody that you say is being a predator towards straight men and trying to use their fame to get them into bed or to manipulate them, like, that's something that when you know that he has a lot of young fans, that's something that I feel like she could have put out there and kind of warned people about way before he did this whole thing with Sugar Bear Hair. That's why I wholeheartedly believe that this, yes, was about vitamins. Not too long after the whole Sugar Bear Hair post, she's crying either on IG or Snapchat, and it's like, girl, you're crying over like a 20-year-old kid. Like, this is about vitamins. Like, pull yourself together. I know that she promoted James a lot. I know that they were really good friends. I know all of this, but it's also business. So, I mean, and it isn't like he never talked about her vitamins ever, because he did. But I mean, come on, he wants to make a living, and maybe those Sugar Bear Hair vitamins, or Sugar Bear Hair, vitamins that were for anxiety, because that isn't something that she has in her brand, maybe they did really help him. Well, I don't know, who knows? But I just found it like pretty disturbing that she's coming out with all of this really damning information about him after the fact. So if his behavior had been like this for months, I feel like this is a conversation, first of all, that could have been held privately. She says she reached out to him. We never know. That could have been dealt with like a lot better, because first of all, since I believe it was about the vitamins, she could have just talked to him privately about that. But I really do think that she wanted a reaction. I think that she wanted people to, I think that she kind of wanted to mess up his career. I really do. And she went on to make another video saying, this isn't about me, and I didn't know that this was going to blow up the way that it did. I mean, come on, he's the biggest beauty influencer on the platform, and you're coming out talking about how he's a horrible friend, how he uses fame to manipulate people, and that he's predatory, has this predatory behavior, and you have the nerve to come on camera and be like, this isn't about me, and I really feel so sorry that I had to do this, but I really didn't think it was gonna blow up like this. Please don't send any hate to anybody. Girl, bye. Come on. I don't know how many people did not see through this. And yes, I mean, I don't like Tati, and I haven't for a very long time. I don't like James either. So I'm not saying James came out looking like this great guy after his own video. I'm just saying that there were a lot of things that I think that, she really put in there to try to make it out to seem like it wasn't about the vitamins, and I think it is. And I'd be curious to know, even though she said, oh, I didn't sell like any vitamins from that video, I got a big push from Shane. Like, I don't believe that, because she took several minutes in the Bye Sister video to promote her brand. If it wasn't about that, then don't even talk about it. You know what I mean? So I don't trust her. I don't believe her. And I really just lost a lot of respect for her. I really didn't have a lot left. This goes back to her reviewing products that are bad. I remember purchasing quite a few things that she recommended that were not complexion products, so it wasn't like my skin was different. I mean, like shadow things, these jewel pots, the Wet n Wild nail polishes, just things that weren't that good, you know? And she was like the queen of PR box unopenings, and I do feel like that is product placement. I do feel like, you know, when she goes on, like, I don't do sponsorships and this and that, but you are sort of doing that, you know what I mean? Because when she unboxes things, she's like, oh, this is going to be so great. Oh, I'm going to love this. And you hear that and you're like, oh, well, maybe I should pick that up. Okay, I'm going to go in with Dayspring with my finger first to see how this goes. Oh, it's a nice copper shade. I'm not sure if you guys can see all that well, but I will move in a little bit more after here. Now in the pan, I don't know if it's showing up that well on camera. I guess it is. Like in person, it looked a little more not as copper, I guess, but the other shades went well with it because it ended up being a little more copper than I thought. So I have to tell you guys, I've been playing with this palette since I got it. This is the first time I'm using it on camera. I haven't used all of the shadows yet. I do have to say that Poppy, Citrine, Glory, Clove, and Aster have been really, really good so far. And I am pretty pleased with this palette so far. Okay. I don't know if you can tell how shimmery it is. So, okay. So after her Bye Sister video, and then after that other upload that was like complete garbage, she said that she was taking a break. Now, I am on Nick Snyder's side with this. I don't think that she was taking a break. I think that she was like currently uploading things, but just wanted to make it so that if she didn't reply to comments or she wasn't really active, then you'd be like, oh, well, she's like on vacation or whatever. I don't buy it because I don't believe her. I really, really don't. And she gained so many subscribers off of this. And she didn't really lose a whole lot after James posted his video. I think a lot of people already don't like James. I mean, he was coming off of this huge scandal for $500 VIP ticket prices. So it was like people already had like a bad taste in their mouth about James. And then she comes out with this. Jeffree Star says like that he's a danger to society. Then he backs down. He has his own Slay and Shade remix coming up. So I'm not going to get too much into that. It's just crazy. And for somebody that always wants to stay out of the drama, making such a bold public statement about James Charles with all of these accusations, making it seem like he's taking advantage of all of these men, I mean, that is not just drama, it's really serious. And I feel like she did that, like I said, because she needed to have other reasons why she didn't like him, and it just wasn't about the vitamins. I think it was all about the vitamins. I'm sorry, you guys are gonna have to let me know what you think about that. So anyway, so she, you know, there were little things I think she was kind of doing on purpose, to be quite honest. I think that, wish I could get this mirror to like bend. I'm gonna kind of bend down a little bit here. I'm gonna use that Maybelline gel liner at the bottom. So on her little hiatus, there were things happening, like she did a video with this makeup artist that was kind of like shading Jeffree Star. Then she took Jeffree Star's display out of the background. She claimed that, you know, she switches things up often, it had nothing to do with anything, but she knew that people were going to wonder. She's been in the YouTube game for a long time, and she sees how these drama channels and when like scandals are going on really gain people the views and a lot of times subscribers along with it. And I feel like this is her move to stay relevant, because I'm sorry, her videos are boring as shit. I don't buy her whole very proper, very calm, very cool demeanor. I don't buy it for 1 second. Also, when Jaclyn Hill had this whole thing going on with her lipsticks, Tati put out a video like reviewing products, and she took it down and she went on to like Snapchat and everything to talk about how she took the video down. Like nobody even cared. But nobody even saw it. So we didn't even know. So she put out a video. She had to tell us, I put out this video. I mentioned like lipsticks in it, and with everything that's going on, I just didn't want to cause any drama. You are creating that hype type thing about your video. Like you're creating the hype and the drama around it just by doing that. Just don't say anything. If you didn't want to post it, then don't say anything. If you felt like posting it, then just post it. Who gives a shit? But she had to go on and on and on about how I don't know if I should post it, but it's such a good video and it was boring as shit. And she was like, oh, so I finally decided to upload it. She's uploading sometimes twice a day and then taking videos down, and people are like, what's going on? That's creating a buzz. That's creating not so much drama, but just this curiosity around her channel, like what is going on with her, where it's making people pay more attention to her, you know? I'm gonna go in with the Gerard Cosmetics Eternal Eyeliner, which is really, really great. I'm very bad at top lash line eyeliner, so this is going to take a little bit of finesse. I'm going to be down here in this mirror. I apologize, but I'm going to keep this really close to the lash line. I really have to focus because I mess up every look on here when I'm doing a liner. Gonna try to keep it as close as I can to the lash line. Let that kind of dry a little bit. Okay, so I'm wondering what's going on with her. I really think it is, you know, about the drama, but she just doesn't want to admit it. I wonder, honestly, if she ever gets severe nosebleeds from being so far up on that fucking high horse of hers. I don't know. Am I the only one that wonders that? I think, you know, she's just ridiculous. I have a friend, when I first started watching Tati, she was one of the first people that I watched on YouTube for reviews. Now, she went to school to be an esthetician, and she obviously had to take like a makeup course too. I think that was like basic, you know, makeup stuff was part of it. And she would tell me, like, I would tell her, oh, I bought this thing because I saw, like, TATI WESTBROOK reviewed it, but I don't really like it. And she's like, girl, she's always telling people to use things that actually aren't really good for their skin type. You can tell that she, you know, especially the Power of Makeup palette, that she's, like, saying things that are not happening in reality. And she was like, from my actual degree in these things, she's full of shit. And she really does just try to push stuff, you know? So that pretty much, you know, was like, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't trust her if she's doing things like that, you know? I just feel like she has this really fake, this like this facade of just this little sweetheart that just doesn't know, and she's older and wiser, and she's just not about that drama. That's why she's crying on Snapchat. I'm going in with the Lash Paradise mascara. I really enjoyed the NYX mascara, but I think I only had it for maybe like a month and a half, and it did like dry out. I don't know why. It's not like I don't keep the cap on it or whatever, but it was kind of dry and chunky, and it was also like making my eyes feel that way. Okay, I did get a little mascara up here, so I'm gonna make it go away as much as I can. And I think for the lip, this is very like copper. I don't know. I really love 1995, the Hydra Matte from Gerard Cosmetics. I'm going into it. I don't know how well it'll match, but I love it. So you guys have to let me know what you think. I really feel like she wants to be relevant. Like all these younger kids, even like the Mannies and the Lores, they were like taking over YouTube, like the beauty community, you know? And she's like, oh, well, where do I fit in? So I should be friends with them. I should do a video with Jeffree Star. I should, do these collabs and things. And listen, I understand that she supported James before other people did, and she supported him through like some hard times. But like a friendship shouldn't end over like business like that. I get it. I would probably be a little upset if I were her, but I would not have taken it to the lengths that she did. I'm going into the Starlet palette from Gerard Cosmetics. I'm going in with the shade Grace. You guys know this is maybe I should take the powder from underneath my eyes off, and then I will be going into this highlighter, which is like my favorite, okay. So I really just don't trust her. I don't know. I feel like, like I said, this is just this facade from her. I'm also going to go into Smashbox. This is their little contour trio, and I'm going to mix together these two shades here. Real Techniques is like my favorite brush for a little contour bronzing. The fact that, after Jeffree sort of like backed down on his claims and was like, I didn't have all the information, and almost like he took James' side over Tati. Like Tati takes down the video, and then, all of a sudden Jeffree Star's products are missing. It's like, I feel like she's way more calculating than, she wants to come off as. I really do. I mean, you guys let me know what you think. I find her just so like the epitome of boring. And I get it because people, really like her reviews, or she's calming and things like that. But you have to look past that, because I really believe that she's up to something. I find her to be very shady. I'm going in with the Slay All Day from Gerard Cosmetics. Which one is this? Is this... Oh, this is the cucumber one. Okay, this is the look. Ow, I'll get in a little closer. Very shimmery. I really, really like it. And so you guys let me know what you think about Tati. I feel like she's pretty shady. I just don't trust her. And there are all of these things. I'm just going to check my notes here. I'm pretty sure I covered everything. Yes. The uploading and then the deleting and I don't know if I should put this video up. Like I said, if nobody would have known, if she didn't have to say anything, which creates this hype and buzz around a video that was stupid anyway. It wasn't even like that great. People are like, well, why do you watch her if you don't like her? Because I find her to be shady, and a lot of us that do like a commentary or drama or whatever watch people that we don't particularly care for to see what they're doing, or call them out on their bullshit. And I feel like she's pretty shady, and I don't trust her, and I think she's getting